right, now we're live. Look at all that stuff behind me. Oh my gosh.
Look what the clients did.
Look at all that stuff. That's all the stuff you brought in from the car. Hey everybody. Yeah, I just got in not long ago. Had to pick up a bunch of stuff that you see behind me. Jimmy's bringing stuff in. Let me get to the thing. Hold on. We had a road trip, if you remember Patreon. Maybe you were on it with us. If you were, you had a good time. Hope so. Till I was arrested. Then it was scary, but we made it through that. All right. Hi, Margot. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Rubbity Bub. Hi, Julie W. Hi, K-Love. So, what's going on with this Quentin Simon? They still haven't found him, right? Because I asked on the way home. They haven't found him. Let's see what's going on. Why are we seeing this? Dallas. I thought we saw. Oh, they got the guy. And somebody asked me to cover some other case. So we'll look at. So let's see what happened. Let's look at Quentin Simon first, okay? The lives of some of the missing Georgia toddler Quentin Simon's family members have been filled with drugs, alcohol, and violence. And that's according to court documents and reports. Little Quentin disappeared from his grandmother's Savannah home on October 5th. Police say he lived in the home with his grandparents, his mother's siblings, and his mother's boyfriend. Leilani Simon, the mother of the little boy, told police she checked on Quentin at 9:30 a.m. and he was not in his playpen. She is now considered the prime suspect in Quentin's disappearance and presumed death. As investigators search a landfill for the child's body, new information is being revealed about Quentin's family history and home life. I think I hear an echo. Let me make sure I'm logged out of this. Okay. Maybe now you can hear. Now, Quentin's uncle, Nathaniel Quentin Betterton, was convicted of 2013 of voluntary manslaughter and robbery. He was sentenced to serve 20 years without parole as part of a plea deal. The plea deal also reduced Betterton's murder charge to manslaughter. The victim was Timothy Moore, and according to the court documents, Moore tackled Betterton, who attempted to rob him. Betterton then shot Moore multiple times, killing him. So that was, let's see, the uncle, which is this guy right here, serving 20 years for that. And then let's see, staff at a beach bar, right, we talked about this last night, Tybee Island, 18 miles from little Quentin Simon's home, spotted the mother, Leilani, and the grandmother, Billy Joe Howell, and their friends at the bar, racking up a tab that topped $300. They had shots. They were flirty. They demanded a waiter's number. That's what the staff told a reporter that inquired. The group was spotted at the bar to be stingrays as FBI, GBI, and local investigators ended their first day searching a landfill for Quentin. Chatham County Police said earlier this month they believed Quentin was dead and named his mother as the prime suspect in his death. Simon's mother, Howell, the grandmother, was previously granted guardianship of her daughter's 3 children because the daughter lost custody due to unrehabilitated drug use. She is a chronic, unrehabilitated substance abuser of cocaine and cannabis, said the Chatham County court documents. She admitted she used cocaine. She also reportedly tested positive for cocaine during the birth of one of her children. Subsequently, the grandmother was given custody of her daughter's children, including Quentin, his 3-year-old brother, and 6-month-old sister. Okay, then the Billy Joe Howell was filing an eviction notice against her daughter and her boyfriend, Daniel Youngkin, on September 8th. Both parties lived with Howell in her Savannah home, and it's the same home that little Quinton disappeared from on October 5th. Months earlier, on March 10th, the state of Georgia and the Department of Human Services filed a motion to enforce child support against Simon. Court documents indicated that on October 5th, the day Quinton was reported missing, a default order for Simon to pay child support for her 2 children was delivered to her. Court documents obtained indicated that on October 12th, guardianship was taken from Howell, the grandmother, with the documents stating she failed to provide adequate supervision after she left Quinton and his brother in Leilani Simon's care. It was during this time that Quinton disappeared. Documents added that Howell knew or should have known that Leilani Simon was unfit to provide proper care while the maternal grandmother traveled out of state. Meanwhile, the Chatham County Police Chief Jeff Hadley said Tuesday morning that police believe Quinton is deceased and that his body is in a nearby landfill. Police named Leilani Simon as the primary suspect in little Quinton's disappearance and presumed death. We believe he was placed in a specific dumpster at a specific location, said Chief Hadley. I have every belief that we will find his remains here at the landfill. We just want justice for Quinton just like everybody else, and we want to find his remains so we can give him a proper resting place. When local media asked Hadley why Simon has not been arrested, he said they are still investigating and need to make sure nothing jeopardizes this case. We still have work to do, Hadley said, adding that Simon is not considered a flight risk. We still have an investigation to do. Call 911 or submit a tip to the Chatham County Police Department's crime tip line at 912-667-3134. So, lots of issues going on there. A Texas woman and her boyfriend are behind bars after police say 2 teens escaped a Cypress home and told the neighbors they were being abused. 2 16-year-old twins, a boy and a girl, arrived at a neighbor's home in Cypress at about 5:30 a.m. on Tuesday. The twins were barefoot and shivering, according to a woman who helped them. The boy had no shirt on despite the cold weather. It's cold in Texas? And they were both hungry. The woman let the children inside her home, fed them and kept them warm while they told her about the alleged horrors they endured at the house. They were so skinny and so frail, they looked like they had been through a lot. They told me that their mom kept them locked in a laundry room, naked, zip-tied from their ankles, and handcuffed from the wrists. The girl was saying, "This is what is going on," and the boy was just, all he could think about was food. They sat down, both of them, and they were hungry. They started eating and saying how they moved from Baton Rouge to here. They would only feed them a sandwich, only if they were quiet the whole day. If they made any type of noise, they wouldn't be fed. How a mother could do this to her kids, and I feel like my tears are out of frustration, anger, and sadness. When investigators interviewed the twins, they reportedly said they were not allowed to use the toilet and were made to drink their own urine and live in the laundry room, which was filled with feces. When they wanted to bathe, their mother allegedly made them use dirty mop water. Both children were injured with cuts and scars and malnourished. The boy had a healing fractured bone. The twins added their 12-year-old brother was also being abused. Police detained the child's mother, identified as Zykiah Duncan, 40 years old, and her boyfriend, Jova Terrell, 27. Police caught up with the pair after they allegedly fled the home with 5 of their children, prompting an Amber Alert. Police tracked the suspects down and captured them in Baton Rouge. The 5 children had been dropped off at a relative's home. Both suspects are facing first-degree injury to child charges. Duncan has a history of child abuse. In 2012, in Louisiana, her 5-year-old child had been burned on his genitals, feet, and other body parts. Doctors say the child was likely burned with boiling water. The twins are now in the care of Child Protective Services. The suspects will be transferred from Baton Rouge back to Harris County for charges. Wow.
It's ridiculous.
What's the matter?
These things. Gotta hang that up. You can't even put it
Be
anywhere.
careful. I don't even know what that is. What is
No. Gotta hang it up
it?
though.
What is it? I don't know.
It says,
Oh, please be so careful with that. Okay.
maybe gold leafed finial 8 inches.
I don't even know where that came from. I don't even know. That must have been in something.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hang it up. See.
Yeah, be very careful.
Let me put it here so you can show it or what?
I don't know. Just be so careful. Put it in that basket, maybe very gingerly. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, maybe put something on. Alright.
Maybe. Okay. Let's see here.
And there's that little tree very dainty too. See it?
What's the matter?
That little tree.
Yeah. I didn't see that. It must have been in some other.
Gotta be very careful with this thing.
Let me
And
get.
you gotta be so careful.
No,
I don't
where-
want to do anything.
I know.
with mine.
Just put it somewhere. Then just. I don't
Oh
know.
no, they're tied up. Never mind. I thought there
No.
was glass on there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put it here.
We're on the live now. This is not the Zoom. Okay, let me go to. Oh my gosh, you're scaring me. It's okay. Just leave it like that. That's good.
And like this.
That's good. Oh, is that where it came out of there?
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Made in Russia.
Yeah.
I mean like this.
I know. But. All right. Let me do this.
The Christmas ball glass thing. And we got some red crystal, maybe USA.
All right, I'm trying to find that other thing that somebody wanted me to take care of. Let me go back to that. But before we go to that, let's look at the Raleigh mass shooter. Traveled nearly 2 miles during the deadly spree. Okay, so we've got that. Raleigh police have released new details on the mass shooting that took place in the quiet neighborhood in North Carolina just a week ago. 15-year-old high school sophomore Austin Thompson remains hospitalized in critical condition after he was shot at the end of the 4.5-hour ordeal in Raleigh's Hedingham neighborhood on October 13th. 5 people were killed, including a Raleigh police officer. 2 were wounded, including a police officer. Investigators say they believed that a 16-year-old boy who was previously reported to be Austin Thompson's older brother, James Roger Thompson, was found stabbed and shot to death inside a home on the 5300 block of Sahali Way. They believe he was the first victim. Police say the first 911 calls about gunshots came in at about 5:09 p.m. and 3 minutes later a caller reported 2 people on the ground in the same block where the 16-year-old was later found. The first victim was Marcel Gardner, found lying in a driveway on Sahali Way. Nicole Connors was found on the front porch of the same address. Both were taken to the hospital, where Connors died from her injuries, and Gardner remains in critical but stable condition. Police also found Connors' dog shot dead nearby. The next call came from Osprey Cove Drive in the same neighborhood. That call concerned the Raleigh police and Officer Gabriel Torres, who was on his way in a personal vehicle preparing to leave for work. He was also taken to a hospital where he died. Police began arriving in the neighborhood at about 5:19 p.m. when lights flashing and sirens blaring. A photograph of the suspect, a young white male wearing camouflage, was taken by a witness and distributed to officers who were told the suspect had fled towards the Neuse River Greenway Trail. Minutes after the arrival, another 911 call reported 2 victims on the Greenway. They were Mary Marshall, who was walking her dog, and Susan Carnatz, who was on a run, and they were both pronounced dead on the scene. The search for the suspect expanded across the river, and he was eventually located in an outbuilding at about 6:42 p.m. When officers went to search the area, the suspect opened fire, striking Officer Casey Clark. Other officers returned fire and got Clark to safety, and he was taken to a hospital and released on Thursday morning. Officers used tactile equipment to determine Thompson's exact location in the structure, and at 9:34 p.m. they moved on the building, finding Thompson inside, suffering from a single gunshot. 2 minutes later, he was in handcuffs and on the way to the hospital. Thompson was wearing camouflage clothing and carrying a backpack with a handgun in his waistband. When he was found, investigators found several types of shotgun and rifle ammunition in the backpack he had. A sheath for a large knife was clipped to his belt, and a hunting knife was on the floor at the front of the building. A shotgun and shotgun shells were found lying on the ground near the suspect. Investigators also found fired projectiles inside another home in the neighborhood. The 2 officers who opened fire on the suspect have been placed on administrative duty while the shooting is investigated. The department said it's petitioning for the release of the body cam footage of the 2 officers and the wounded officer. The report also included a map of the neighborhood that showed the suspect's 1.9-mile journey from the Sahali Way home to the outbuilding where he was captured. Wow. And then you probably remember this. So this guy was at large, and now he's been arrested. The one that killed the woman who beat him at basketball. So I believe now, let's see. Police in Dallas arrested a man who allegedly shot to death a 21-year-old woman who beat him at basketball. Asia Womack and Cameron Hogg, 31, played a game of pickup at T.G. Terry Park in South Dallas on October 3rd. And after the game, Hogg reportedly drove his children home and came back with a gun and shot Asia Womack. She was found with multiple gunshot wounds on a sidewalk outside the park and rushed to a hospital where she died. Police issued a warrant for Hogg's arrest on October 11th. Dallas police said Hogg was arrested on Thursday, but provided no further details. Okay, and police are searching for this toddler after her father is accused of killing her mother. 2-year-old Texas girl is missing after her father was charged with the murder of his common-law wife earlier this week. Nadia Lee was reportedly last seen on Sunday at about 8 p.m. at her father's apartment in Pasadena. She's described as 2 feet 5 inches tall, 50 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. She may have been wearing a white short-sleeved t-shirt. Nadia is the daughter of Nancy Reed, 22, and Jiren Charles Lee, 26, who was charged with Nancy Reed's murder Tuesday night. Police say they responded to a call from the victim who said that she and Lee were having a dispute over child custody. Officers responded to a hotel for that call, settled the dispute, and reported everything was fine when they left. There were 2 children present at the hotel, 2 girls, ages 1 and 3. Later in the evening, Lee called police and said that Reed had been trying to discipline one of the children and he thought she was choking the child. He told investigators he got her in a chokehold and she lost consciousness. Reed was taken to a hospital and pronounced dead. Emergency room staff said she had trauma to her neck. Lee was detained at the scene. The 2 girls were not harmed and are now in the custody of Child Protective Services. Further investigation led to Lee being charged with murder, and he has been held on $250,000 bond. Later, investigators learned there's a 3rd child, Nadia, who was not present at the hotel. Police have since uncovered evidence leading them to believe that foul play was involved in her disappearance. Lee and Reed are the parents of at least one of the other children. Anyone with information is asked to call the HPD Homicide Division at 713-308-3600 or Texas EquiSearch at 281-309-9500. Oh my gosh, and then the Princeton student was found deceased behind the tennis courts. Wow. A New Jersey woman was found dead on Thursday, nearly a week after she reportedly vanished from her college campus. Mercer County prosecutors say Mizrak Uwinti, 20, was found deceased behind tennis courts at Princeton University. Law enforcement sources said the area is relatively secluded and restricted to authorized vehicles only. Ms. Rock was last seen on Friday near Scully Hall, which is a residential hall. Additional details regarding her disappearance were not made available. Sources say that there's a preliminary investigation that showed no signs of trauma. Prosecutors appear to have corroborated this, saying there were no noticeable signs of injury and that her death does not seem criminal or suspicious. It's unclear when she died. An autopsy is going to be performed to determine the cause of death. Okay, and then we have this woman who's still missing over a year. Georgia woman is still missing more than a year after she inexplicably vanished. The National Missing and Unidentified Person System said Tiffany Foster, 35, was last seen at Lakeside Apartments in Newnan. Alarms were raised when she did not appear for her security guard job at HelloFresh on March 5th of 2021. She was last heard from on March 1st of 2021, and her car was discovered on March 8th in College Park with her purse and cell phone inside. No arrests have been made in connection with her disappearance. However, her fiancé, Reginald Robinson, was arrested in April of 2021 for kidnapping and assault involving Foster that reportedly occurred in November of 2020. Tony Nix, public information officer for Coweta County Police, said that Robinson remains jailed and is awaiting trial in that case. The kidnapping and assault was Robinson's second arrest, and weeks earlier he was charged with theft for allegedly moving Foster's car from Newnan to College Park, where it was found days after her disappearance. A $60,000 reward is being offered for information that leads to the prosecution of whoever is responsible for her disappearance. An additional $60,000 is being offered for leads that result in her safe return, and anyone with information is asked to contact the Coweta County Sheriff's Office at 770-253-1502. Okay, now we're going to look at something. Okay, put that there. So there's a disturbing video out of Pennsylvania where the Pennsylvania police are investigating the woman who's apparently seen in the video using a stun gun on a child on Monday. A Philadelphia resident who reportedly witnessed the incident said that he was working from his office when he heard loud music coming from a car. He reportedly looked outside and he saw a woman open the backseat passenger door where at least one child was apparently sitting. I saw the woman had something in her hand, and then I saw a flash of light, and I heard that unmistakable sort of clicking sound of a taser or some sort of electric device. The resident said he heard the child moan in pain over the loud music. He also claimed he called 911, but the woman had driven off by the time he got downstairs to get her license plate. According to surveillance footage from a neighbor's home, possibly caught the stun gun go off twice. A flash of light is also visible before the woman shuts the car door. I could see the arm sort of where the light seemed to make contact, the witness told the news outlet. And then I could see again what looked like the arm of a kid struggling with her in the front seat after it happened. James Kearney, the captain of Philadelphia's Police Special Victims Unit, said they're hoping someone captured footage of the license plate, and they're also seeking information on the woman's identity to ensure everyone involved in Monday's incident is safe. Wow. Nutty. Crazy. Newly released 911 call made by a Florida OnlyFans model who had just stabbed her boyfriend on April 3rd Courtney Clenny, who also goes by the name Courtney Taylor, called 911 after stabbing her boyfriend, Christian Abomselli, in his chest inside a Miami condominium. Abomselli can be heard in the recording as Clenny talks to the operator. "I'm going to die. I can't feel my arms," he says in the recording. "I can't feel my arms." She can be heard offering an apology to Abomselli. "Baby, I'm so sorry," she says in the recording. "My boyfriend is dying of a stab wound. Please, please, come save my boyfriend." Let me see if they have the...
Over 45 years ago, I founded Dolphin Carpet and Tile.
Let me see if this is the call. Jimmy, could you please lower that a little bit? I don't think he's there. Okay, let's see. I don't know if this is their call. No, they don't. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let's see.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address. 3101. I can't feel my arm. 3101. I can't feel my arm. Ma'am, my boyfriend is dying of a stab. Ma'am, what is the address? What's that? What's the address? 3131. 3131 Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please. Come see my boyfriend. Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business? 127453582. Is this a house apartment or a business? Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby. Ma'am, can you hear me?
That's crazy. He says, "I'm going to die. Can't feel my arm." He's heard saying it a few times. She apologizes to him. "Baby, I'm so sorry." Also this week, new videos surfaced of the social media model pleading for help days before Abomselli was killed. Police say Clenny and Abomselli had a violent and toxic relationship. Officers were called to their Miami apartment on multiple occasions. Just 2 days before investigators say Clenny that stabbed Abomselli to death inside their luxury apartment, they went back on site. They were back on site with Clenny telling them that he was stalking her. In police body camera video from Friday, April 1st, one Paraiso building employees called Miami police over a domestic disturbance between Clenny and Abomselli. "It's a snapshot in time. It doesn't really tell you the whole picture," said Puglisi, who's... let's see. That's her attorney, Sabrina Puglisi. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, an Austin man took a plea deal with the Travis County District Attorney on Monday, which will keep him from serving jail time after beating his pregnant girlfriend so brutally that she lost her baby. Johnny Charles Ebbs V took a plea deal to serve 8 years on probation for a third-degree continuous family violence assault charge. If he completes his probation and doesn't violate the conditions, Ebbs' charge will be dissolved. In March of 2019, Austin police received a report from a woman in the St. David's North Austin Medical Center who said she was a victim of an assault by Epps. The victim was identified as LaShonda Lemons. She said she had been in an on-again, off-again relationship with Epps for the past 10 years. At the time of the assault, Lemons was 32 weeks pregnant. Lemons told police that Epps accused her of cheating, leading to the beating that resulted in the loss of her baby and significant injuries. Lemons and Epps grabbed her by the hair, threw her to the ground, and began punching her in the stomach. F you and this baby, you aren't going anywhere, Epps reportedly yelled before locking her inside a home. Lemons said she tried to escape through a window from a second-story residence, which resulted in Epps threatening to push her if she put one foot through the window. Lemons ultimately made her way to the stairs, but Epps continued to slap her stomach multiple times with an open hand. After the assault, Lemons couldn't feel her baby move anymore. She later learned the attack caused fetal injuries to the unborn infant. During court Monday, Lemons read an impact statement aloud, and while looking at Epps, she recalled the brutality she endured. You were the first person to hold me at gunpoint, the first person to strangle me. Although Epps was required to surrender his firearms, enforced by a restraining order and his bond conditions, it never happened, Lemons' attorney told the court. We have firearms surrender laws, we have domestic violence laws, but if there's non-enforcement and implementation of those laws, they're relatively useless, attorney Kelsey McKay previously said. During court Monday, Epps was told to promise the judge that he will not have any firearms during his probation sentence. He must also wear a GPS monitor for 6 months. Very concerned that the sentencing does not result in safety for the survivor in the community, domestic abuse advocate Connie Huntsman said the DA's office responded to... Hold on. Oh, that's what she said. It doesn't. Okay. Additional evidence gathered through the course of the investigation made clear that the facts do not support the initial allegations, said the DA's office when they were contacted concerning Epps' sentence and how the victim deemed it unfair. Let's see. Oops, hold on. Oops, why would you go over there, please? Okay. South Carolina man has been sentenced to life in prison in connection with a kidnapping and murder of a teenage girl 13 years ago. On Wednesday, 62-year-old Raymond Moody pled guilty to the charges which stem from the disappearance of 17-year-old Brittany Drexel in Myrtle Beach. Drexel from upstate New York went missing in April of 2009 while on spring break at the popular tourist destination. Moody, a convicted sex offender, had been a person of interest since 2012, but it was this year that authorities had enough evidence to charge him. Moody asked Drexel if she wanted to party and smoke weed, according to the media. Drexel agreed, got in the car. At some point, the three went to a campsite where Moody had hoped to have consensual relations with her. Who's lighting the campsite? Hold on a second. Oh, he reportedly told investigators that he and his girlfriend, his girlfriend had a girlfriend, Angela Voss. Angela Voss at some time left the campsite to visit a relative, and that's when Moody attempted to have relations with Drexel, but she resisted. He then kidnapped and arred her. Upon realizing that he would be sent back to prison, he strangled her to death and put her body in a blanket and hid her in some bushes. The girlfriend returned and asked about Drexel, prompting Moody to claim that her friends had picked her up. In the overnight hours, Moody moved Drexel's body and buried it. The case went cold, but technological advancements with cell phones helped more precisely identify the time that Drexel was out walking when Moody and Voss picked her up. The information helped the police obtain security camera footage showing a vehicle believed to be tied to Moody and Voss. By April of 2022, the FBI had convinced Voss to wear a wire and talk with Moody about what happened. Investigators had enough to execute a search warrant at Moody's home. They reportedly did not find anything at the home, but Moody agreed to an interview, and then confessed to the crimes on May 5th. Within a week, authorities had located Drexel's remains about 35 miles south of Myrtle Beach, right where Moody said they would be. At Wednesday's hearing, Drexel's loved ones spoke to the court about the impact of Moody's actions. Drexel's stepfather, Chad, cried upon hearing what happened to his stepdaughter. 13 years later, I find out the horrible and disgusting way she was murdered, Chad Drexel told the court. The victim's mother, Dawn Plecken, urged that Moody be put away behind bars. I hope you suffer in prison for the rest of your useless life, she said. In a statement to the court, Moody apologized for his actions. I was a monster then, and I was a monster when I took Brittany Drexel's life, Moody told the judge. I don't have the words to express how horrible I feel. I'm very sorry. Okay, and I'm trying to see the... Who remembers the case? Oh, let's see here. I thought I just pulled it up. Well, let me go through these things. I thought I looked it up too. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. There's somebody else in this. Pinehurst, Texas. Melissa Town. The mother accused of killing her 5-year-old Nicole Bradshaw was seen living in a squatter's camp. Okay, let me get some graphics up here for this. Okay. So, a Texas woman allegedly confessed to killing her 5-year-old daughter because she was evil, stabbing, strangling, and placing a bag over the girl's head, even as she desperately pleaded for her life by screaming, "I've been good." Melissa White Town, 37 years old, allegedly took her daughter Nicole to Spring Creek Park in Tomball, Texas on Sunday, made her get down on her knees and cut her neck with a knife. Nicole desperately fought for her life and yelled, "I've been good," but her deranged mother continued the brutal attack and mercilessly yelled, "Stop fighting it." Town allegedly told investigators she wanted to kill her daughter because she was an evil child and did not want to deal with her anymore. Prosecutors said in court on Monday, when she realized the child was still alive, she resorted to strangling her for the next 30 to 45 minutes in a murderous frenzy, according to the court documents. Wow, this is unbelievable. And what's with that Tomball, Texas? Isn't that where that other garage sale murder or something happened? Let's see here. Nicole, 5, screamed, "I've been good," as her mother fatally attacked her, said the girl was evil. She then wrapped the girl's mutilated body inside a mesh laundry bag and placed it on the floor of her Jeep Cherokee, where she drove to the emergency room of the Tomball Hospital. Harris County Sheriff said she asked the hospital staff for a wheelchair because her daughter's body was hurting. A nurse discovered Nicole in the vehicle, her body partially wrapped in bags, with a laceration visible on her neck. She was pronounced dead at 12:10 p.m. Police found a knife in Town's pocket when she was arrested. She was charged with capital murder and was booked into the Harris County Jail. The initial probable cause magistrate set her bond at $15 million. The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services said it's investigating the horrific crime, telling the media that she does have a history with CPS, but specific details of CPS investigations are confidential according to law. Ms. Town has 3 additional children that range in age from 2 to 18 years old who are safe and have been living with other family members. She has a history of homelessness, but authorities have not looked into the matter. One of her old neighbors said he had to call police on her multiple times. We always knew she had mental issues. She would have arguments with my mailbox for no reason, he said, adding that he decided to put up security cameras because of her. One time she was beaten up on a car. I didn't realize it was her. She was hitting it with a baseball bat. Police, people close to the family, said that Nicole and her dad, James, lived with his father and stepmother in Magnolia for some time. Neighbors say they would sometimes take care of the girl. He was asking for help, and anytime we could, we would all help, said a neighbor who declined to be named. He loved her. He was the best daddy he could be. She will always hold a special place in our hearts. We will always remember her as the sweetest little girl who never met a stranger. She was so full of love and giggles, and her bright blue eyes shined so full of curiosity. The family said, and that was Nicole's family, said that she would always be remembered as the sweetest little girl. It's terrible. Let's see here. Hold on a minute. It's a very sad case. Okay. So I am going to say that we're done with that right now. And I'm going to move that. And all right, so that's a lot going on. Let's see if anybody's still here. I know it's late. Oh, there's people still here. Okay. So
We're always, Carolyn. We're always here.
here. Yeah, I know. Except when I was arrested.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Hi, Liz
Yeah.
Tops. Hi, Barbara De La Uz. Welcome. Welcome. Christina Ferrari. Hi. Let's see what else. Deborah Van Hooverden. Hi, Mike. How are you doing? How come you're not in green, Mike? I didn't even see you. Hi, Annie B. Where's Whisper to Me? Is she here?
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. 4 days out, so.
Yeah, let's not talk about it, right, Kevin? Let's just sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
Yeah, the charges were dropped anyway, so all's well that ends well, right?
Hi, Elsie. Welcome. How are you?
All's well that ends well.
Mm-hmm.
So we started to watch that Watcher thing, and people were asking what it's about. So I'm just going to give you a little bit. A lot of us didn't make it through the whole thing.
I didn't make it through.
Okay, but in the fall, okay, hold on a second. What is this? Get rid of this. I don't want you to get rid of this.
Hi, Julie W.
Hold on a minute. It's driving me crazy. Where were we? Okay, so in Westfield, New Jersey, let me put this over here. There's the house, okay? And the people of Westville, New Jersey would be happier if fans of the new Netflix series The Watcher, based loosely on the creepy lore surrounding the house at 657 Boulevard, would stick to their sofas and smartphones to check out the fictional version of the home in question. But that's not happening, as visitors flock to the area in the days after the show's premiere to get a glimpse of the real house that served as inspiration for the show. So, let's see. Pradeep Soni drove 25 minutes from his home in Franklin, Somerset County on Monday to get a close-up look of the house. I just thought I'd come because of how interesting the story was. The house is nice, though. It's not creepy or anything. Louise Evans, a United Kingdom resident who was visiting friends in nearby New Providence, decided to head out when all this was happening. So now I'm visiting friends here. I thought, let's see the house. Residents drove by, taunting visitors, shouting things like, "Go home!" while driving downtown on Saturday. Resident Trish Delinsky saw a long line of cars turning onto Boulevard. "We are all concerned for the family living there now and their neighbors." She said, "I cannot imagine how long it will be before people lose interest so the neighborhood can go back to normal. Nor can I imagine how much mail the poor current owners will receive from crackpots all over the world." Sabrina Shutt, who lives around the corner from the house, got stuck in some traffic while driving home from the train station Friday night. "I think the show doesn't do wonders for placing our little amazing town in a negative light. Though the show used the home's real address, it did not film in Westfield, but at a house in Rye, New York." Westfield Mayor Shelley Brindle declined to comment. The Westfield Police Department did not respond to a request for comment. The series was inspired by the case of the Brodus family letters, which transpired in 2014. Maria and Derek Brodus purchased a 6-bedroom Dutch colonial for $1.3 million in June of 2014, but immediately started receiving threatening letters and never moved into the home. They attempted to sue the previous owners, alleging they were aware of letters from a mysterious watcher. The sender of the letters was never identified. "Do you need to fill the house with the young blood I requested? Once I know their names, I will call them and draw them to me. I asked the prior owners to bring me young blood," one of the letters said. The Netflix series adds quite a bit to the story, including a fictionalized version of another true crime case from Westfield's past, the John List family murders, which happened at a different home in the town in the 1970s. That home has since been knocked down. There may be some light at the end of the tunnel for locals who are tired of the crowds. On visits to the home Tuesday and Wednesday, no fans were present, and police were no longer stationed there. The house is still blocked off with police tape and a barricade, though. Okay, so this is about the Watcher. And those are the actors. It's a 7-episode series. It stars Naomi Watts as Nora, part of a couple who exhaust their savings to purchase their dream home in the suburbs. Soon after moving in, so this is a little bit different. The real family never moved in. The Brannocks began receiving mysterious letters from the Watcher, who promised to keep a constant eye on the home and its new residents. As more and more unsettling incidents befall the family, the list of suspects grow. The Brannocks are determined to find out who the Watcher is. Is the Watcher a true story? The Watcher is based on a true story published in 2018 in New York Magazine, article called "The Haunting of a Dream House," and that was by Reeves Weidman. The article details how Maria and Derek Brodus purchased their dream home in June of 2014, not far from where Maria grew up. And shortly after closing, the Broduses began receiving anonymous letters from the Watcher. The first letter was friendly and welcomed them to the neighborhood, but then there were other letters which were increasingly hostile, and they focused on the family's young children. The Brodus family felt unsafe, and they employed the help of local law enforcement to find out who was sending these threatening letters. The real-life Watcher house is located on 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey. The house in the series shares the same address. The neighborhood and homes filmed for the series are in New York and Rye, New York. After a series of price reductions, the listing was removed in 2015. The home was put up for sale in February 2015, 8 months after the Brodus' purchased 657 Boulevard. After a series of price reductions, the listing was removed in June of 2015. The Brodus' filed a legal complaint against the previous owners for failing to disclose letters they'd received. With their lawsuit going nowhere, the Brodus' relisted the home in spring of 2016, but all offers backed out. They considered selling the house to a developer who could tear the house down and create two houses, but the planning board rejected the plan. Eventually, the Broduses found a tenant to rent the house and recoup some of the investment, and sold the house in July 2019 for $500,000 less than they paid for it 5 years earlier. While based on the true story, the Watcher fictionalizes some elements. The Brodus family never moved into the home, where the fictional Brannocks take up the residence there. The figures are slightly different as well. In the show, the house is listed for $3.2 million, causing considerable financial strain on the Brannocks, where in real life it was purchased for $1.35 million. To date, Westfield police have not uncovered the identity of the Watcher. Sorry for the spoiler.
A win for the White House. The U.S. Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett has declined to block President Biden's plan to have a student loan debt for millions of dollars. Barrett, can you comment on her
Okay.
decision to turn away the appeal
So,
tax group? Barrett oversees
that's
Wisconsin and neighboring states do not involve the rest of
based on a true story. Yes. You fell asleep 2 episodes in, but you liked it. Uh-huh. See, you weren't impressed with the ending. 1% of this is based on real events, Annie B says. Annie B was not impressed. But Debbie D saw it and wasn't. You did like it, Debbie D?
Yes, I did. It was very good.
Okay.
It wasn't really what you say scary. It will keep you wondering, guessing, and it's a thriller. It's really good.
Oh, okay. And Mike's going to be a judge in a pie eating contest, and he's super excited about that. Good luck, Mike. Hi, Nora Woods. Good to see you. You're a member for 30 months. Thank you so much. Hi. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Okay, and then let's see here. Pitbull Sleuth, hi. You're on a different work schedule. No, everything's all dropped. It's all good. It's all good, Pitbull. We were on a road trip. It's okay. Everything's good. I'm here. Don't worry about it, Pitbull. I'm really good. A Boston cream pie? That's not really a pie, though. It's a cake. Very deceiving, right? Anybody else? Linda fell asleep. Linda?
I forgot I was. Am I on mute? I forgot I was.
Yes.
You're not on mute.
I forgot I was. I think it's a.
Present.
I sent you a missing family case. A missing family case.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Hey, Scooter, how are ya?
Missing family case. Oh, the missing family case. Fremont Police Department is sounding alarms in search. Wait, but this is, hold on a minute. In search of a missing family of 4. Wait a minute.
Hey,
This is a
what?
different family of 4? I thought this. It showed the same family that was. This is a different one? Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm confused. Okay, so it's Fremont, Michigan. Okay, the Fremont Police Department is sounding alarms in search of a missing family of 4. Police Chief Tim Rodwell said the Cirglianos have not been seen since the weekend. A little bit after midnight on Sunday morning, October 16th, 2 of my officers were dispatched to Tony Sirigliano asking for help in relation to information he believed to have regarding the September 11th bombings or terrorist attack, said Chief Rodwell during a Zoom interview. My officers were concerned about everyone's welfare and spent an hour talking to everybody and making sure they were okay and whether or not Tony was going through some sort of mental issue that would be dangerous. On Thursday, police released a recording of Tony's 911 call, saying, "I need some police protection immediately." Tony can be heard saying to the dispatcher, "It's of vital national interest. It's related to September 11th, and people want to erase me from the face of the earth. I'm not crazy."
Oh.
Okay. He asked the dispatcher to send someone he could talk to. U.S. authorities saying again, "I know this sounds crazy. You don't have instructions for this." When asked if he had any weapons, he replied, "No weapons, not even a BB gun." He also asked for officers to approach the house with the lights on so as not without the lights on so not to frighten his children. Chief Rodwell said police were sent to the Cirglianos' home. My officers were concerned about everyone's welfare and spent about an hour talking to everyone and making sure they were okay, and whether or not Tony was going through some sort of mental issue that would be dangerous. And after that, the police left, but told Tony to call them if he needed anything. The officers were going to be in the area on patrol. Then, over 24 hours later, police returned. Fast forward to October 17th, my officers were dispatched to North Michigan Avenue again, where the Sirigliano family lives, this time on a report from a neighbor that approximately a 77-year-old mother to Suzette, who walked away from the home and appeared to be going through some sort of mental crisis like dementia or some other problem. My officers at that point determined that Tony, Suzette, and the boys were not at the house. Tony and Suzette have 2 teenage boys, Brandon and Noah. That day, police made sure that the grandmother was okay. Local extended family told them that the grandmother's behavior was strange. Tony and Suzette cared for her around the clock. Everyone describes Tony as a very loving father. Tony and Suzette really have a full-time job taking care of Suzette's mom and a full-time job taking care of the 2 boys as well. They really are articulating a concern to make sure they're okay. Fremont PD posted pictures of the family on their Facebook page along with a photograph. There's the family. Let me see. And the boy. And I guess their van. Okay, it says the Siriglianos family is very concerned about their missing family members, Anthony, Suzette, Brandon, and Noah. They were found to have unexpectedly left their home in Fremont, Michigan, and are believed to be in a silver-colored 2005 Toyota Sienna. With Michigan registration. The family lost contact with them on Sunday, October 16th. Since the last contact, the phone has been turned off. They have not reached out to family or friends. Please contact the Fremont Police Department, 231-921-2100 with any information. Where's it? Okay. Okay. And that is hi Alicia Nelson. Hi Alicia Bissell. To Scooter, calm down, please. The 911 call is creepy. Worse than 911 call, though. Let me see.
I never heard of this case at all. This is the first I'm hearing.
Let's see.
me. I'm a Christian. I just need some help, and then the U.S. government will take it from here.
New tonight, part of a 911.
Yeah, that's creepy. Scooter, I know. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I'm feeling better. You're muted, Carolyn.
Oh my gosh, and I've been talking this whole time.
I didn't even see your mouth moving.
I
Oh
was
my
talking this whole time.
No.
Whose sweet
Oh.
voice?
That's Art.
Oh.
Heart midwise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was saying I was trying to find the full 911 call by itself without a recording, but I couldn't find it right now.
We heard it.
What?
We heard some of it.
A little bit of it, yeah, but the whole
Yeah.
thing. I was trying to find the whole thing. Okay. The breeders. It happens, right, Mike? I think I've had a crazy day. It's been like I gotta put stuff away, so I think I'm gonna call it a night in here. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday?
Not tomorrow's tomorrow's Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's Friday. I have to get a flu. Where can I get a flu shot, Jimmy?
Where do you want to go?
I don't know.
CVS,
What about Walgreens?
Yeah.
Walgreens, any place like that.
Well, I want to
Costco.
get.
Find any place in the home town?
Anywhere.
I will know. I just know, Jimmy. I don't want to go on any long trips anymore. Just want to get it done. Okay. All right. What? What are you talking about, Scooter?
Mm.
Oh, right. Kevin's right. I got to start a new Zoom.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. New Zoom review coming straight for you. Okay, I don't know why this is. Where's the Zoom? Zoom, where is Zoom? Why is my Zoom not on the right thing? Oh, there we go. Okay, now let me put the new thing in here. Okay, there's the new Zoom. Hold on one second.
Hello.
Hello.
Again, I'm on mute again. Oh my gosh.
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Hey, Mom. So are we starting this at this episode?
I don't know.
Who's that?
I think she nodded.
Oh, yeah, I think maybe. Because that's where we left off, right?
I kind of do when
I don't know. It stopped
They went
playing
to
at a certain point.
Yeah, it stopped at a certain point when they were at the real estate agent. They'd gone back to the real estate agent to tell them everything.
Oh, okay.
I think it stopped.
Kevin, Linda needs some calming down along with Scooter. They've been driving me crazy all day.
Yeah, I think you're right, Debbie.
I fell asleep during the second episode.
I think it was like the third episode it turned off, maybe. I don't know.
I fell asleep at the second, man.
Because after it
Debbie and I were like,
I know. After it didn't start back, I went on Netflix and finished it.
Oh, you did?
I tried to sleep. I had to finish it.
Yeah, let's
I don't
calm
know
down,
what I
ladies.
did.
That's
I
all
think I
of
went
Kevin,
to
please.
sleep.
They're really getting to be crazy,
Yeah,
okay?
it was really good.
Oh, no. I fell asleep in the second. My goodness. And I did not go back.
They've been going crazy since that antique store, okay?
Who is?
Linda and Scooter. And Scooter.
Linda.
And Scooter's going crazy in the chat, flipping out about that she gave me a story and tried with the 911 call, but it didn't work. But then she's flipping out like, can't get. Oh, hold on a minute, Annie B. Hold on, I've got to put it on the community. Oh, you can't get on. Okay, let me do it on the community page anyway. But you can email me and I'll give you the link, Annie. Okay? Email me, okay? I'll email you right now, Annie. I'll do it right now. I'll email you.
Right to Scooter.
She's leaving? Of course she is.
I don't know. She says baby Huey, but
Oh, baby Yui?
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, forget it. I'm going to keep it.
No,
Just forget it.
Forget it.
That'll teach you. Quiet, Linda. I'm giving your boss too.
Who's going to do what?
Can you imagine that? And I put them on a shelf behind me.
You went live every night, put them behind you.
Right.
Torture.
You can win them back if your behavior picks up. Okay.
Your behavior picks up.
Your behavior picks up.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, Linda. Shape up, Linda. Listen, Linda.
You're never gonna see that face.
That's what she does. She goes to an antique store and she tells them she's buying them something they really want, and then she doesn't give it to them and she holds it behind them. Okay. I send it to you, Annie.
Listen up, chicken owner.
I love her chickens. They're so cute.
I send it to you, Annie.
Chickens.
Okay. Channel. There we go. What do you have? Oh, I thought that was a Beanie Baby at first when I just saw the red head.
Too much.
Oh,
Putting it
Lisa,
in
can you
Patreon.
not get in?
Why can't at
Oh,
least
but she can't get in.
why?
No, she said Zoom hates me.
Oh.
What?
Are you in the supermarket again, Liza?
Yes.
You're getting like you go to the supermarket as much as Nicole goes to Dunkin' Donuts.
I
Do you
thought
go,
it was
do you
washing.
go every day, Liza?
Pretty much.
She likes to buy just what she needs for that day.
That's what
Yeah.
I do. I do the same.
I'm funny about things going off.
Oh, okay.
No, like probably every second day. But we live really close to it.
Oh, that's not bad then.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you. And Irv, where's my
Annie.
Hey, Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, everyone. How y'all
Hi,
doing?
Annie.
Okay, now let's see. Let me get. Okay, I'm going to sign off now. Everybody should be good now. All right, we're going to sign off in here. We'll see you tomorrow. It's on the community tab. It's on the Patreon, and if you need it, you can. You didn't even spell prescribe right, Scooter.
Yeah.
You forgot your R. You forgot your R. How much have you been drinking tonight? All right.
They can prescribe.
You're grabbing rice. He's grabbing rice. Okay, and we'll come.
Are we
The
doing
Right, we'll see you with
I don't
your
know.
rice.
I don't know
Kevin.
what we're doing with rice, but okay.
Don't forget the rice.
All right, we'll see you with the rice, Kevin.
We'll wait
Don't
for
forget-
you, Kevin.
Don't forget to bring it, please. All right, bye everybody in the chat. Oh, I can't end it. I've got to go in the other place to end it. My
Bye,
feet,
everybody.
my feet are freezing.
Bring the rice
Right?
for the fucking thing.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Let's see. Let me go over here.
Bye-bye.
Kevin's going to the
Luego.
rice.
He's getting rice.
Hasta mañana.
What?
Rocky or he's getting rice.
La
Okay.
noche.
Go in here. And
Wait. Thank you.
here we can end the stream. Wait a
Sounds
second.
like a washing machine.
No, it's the cart on the floor, right?
It's my trolley.
Or trolley on the floor.
Sounds like the laundry. Like a reminiscence.
Okay, that's closed.